The last aspect of representing the relationship between price and quantity supply is by supply function. The supply function is simply a mathematical equation that shows the relationship between price and quantity supply. So this time around, you are not going to have a curve, a graph, or a table, but you have a mathematical expression. For example, QS equals to 10 plus 2P. This is a supply function. It's a mathematical equation. Now, you will see quantity supply here, and you will see price here. Both of them are found in the same equation. So this is what we call supply function. Now, in every supply function, the coefficient of the price, that the number that comes before the price, is always positive. Even though I can rewrite this one as QS minus 2P equals to 10. Remember, this one is the same as this. If I make it, it doesn't mean that the coefficient is negative 2, because if I'm going to work with this one, I have to make QS the subject, which is going to be QS equals to 10 plus 2P. I can have different types of supply function. I can have QS equals to 200 plus 20P. I can have QS equals to 10 plus 1 over 2P. I can have different types of supply function. So like I said earlier on, supposing this is our supply function, QS equals to 10 plus 2P. Now, most often, candidates are given supply function and they are asked to do some simple calculations. So I'm going to give you a typical example. Supposing QS equals to 10 plus 2P, where QS is quantity supply and P is the price of the commodity. A part of the question says calculate QS at the following prices. So I 10 cedis, II 20 cedis, III 30 cedis. Then B part of the question says illustrate your answer on a supply schedule. And then the C part of the question says use your answer or your results in B to draw a supply curve. So you can see one question, but out of this question I'm going to generate supply schedule, which is one of the ways of representing the relationship between supply and price. That's quantity supply and price. I'm going to use the same question to derive or to draw a supply curve, which again is also another way of illustrating the relationship between price and quantity supply. So if this one is given to us, how do we go about it? Now this is very simple. We do it this way. First, we have been given QS equals to 10 plus 2P. So when P is equals to 10 cedis, so wherever you see P, you are going to put 10 there. So our QS will be equals to 10 plus 2 into bracket 10. Now remember, 2 times 10 will give us 20. 20 plus 10 will give us 30, so I have 30 units for I. Then when P equals to 20 cedis, my QS will be equals to, remember the supply equation, 10 plus 2 into bracket, then I'll put 20 there. So QS will be equals to 20 times 2 will give us 40, 40 plus 10 will give us 50, so I'll have 50 units. Then finally, when P equals to 30 cedis, QS will be equals to 10 plus 2 into bracket 30. Now, 2 times 30 will give us 60. 60 plus 10 will give us 70. So 70 units. So with this one, I am done with the A part of the question. Now, the B part of the question illustrates your answer on a supply schedule. Now, remember, we said earlier on that supply schedule is a table that shows the relationship between price and quantity supply. So what you are going to do is very simple. You write supply schedule for QS equals to 10 plus 2P. Every table must have a heading. So you make your table, you divide it into two, prices on this side into bracket Ghana cedis, and then quantity supply is on this side, that's QS. So we have price, we have 10 cedis, 20 cedis, 30 cedis. And then the 10 cedis, when we did the calculation, we had 30 units. Then 20 cedis, we had 50 units. And then lastly, the 30 cedis, we had 70 units. So I'm done with the supply schedule. So this is what we call supply schedule. So from my supply function here, I've been able to come up with this supply schedule. So now, the last part of the question asks us to use our result in B to draw a supply curve. So remember, this is our graph sheet. This is 0, this is y-axis, this is the x-axis. These are my 2 centimeter lines. They are there on the original graph sheet, you see them. These are my 2 centimeters. So I have my scale. 2 centimeter equals to, let me see, for the price, 2 centimeter equals to 10 cedis. And then for the quantity, I'm going to use, let me see, okay, I'll just use the 30, 60, 80. So this is going to be, I'm just going to sketch it. I'll take time and then draw one on a graph sheet in my last episode. So this is going to be 10, 20, 30. And then the quantity aspect, I have, let me say, 30, 50, 70. I'll take my time and draw it later on a graph sheet. This is just a sketch. Now we go. This side is price and this side is quantity supply. So you can see from here, when price was 10 cedis, quantity supply was 30 units. So you're going to look for 10 and 30 where the two intersect. So this is 10, this is 30. They meet at this point, so I'll mark this point. Then we look for the next one, 20 against 50. So we are going to look for 20 on y-axis and 50 on x-axis. So look at them here. This is 20, this is 50. They intersect at this point. So I'll mark here. Then finally, we look at 30 against 70. So look at 30 here on the y-axis and 70 here. So again, they intersect at this point. When you finish, you join these points together with a straight line. And these points is what we call supply curve. So this is supply curve. So every graph must have a head. You write supply curve for QS equals to 10 plus 2P. And then you underline it. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our first episode of supply. Join us in our next episode, but please try and subscribe to our YouTube channel and like and share our page. This will help us to bring you more lessons. Thank you very much. See you